Welcome back to the Tailosive Tech Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back, not to
You
worry.
finally made it.
It's okay.
It's been too long.
They said it couldn't
now.
be done. I'm going to say it every
Look
time.
At us.
Look, who would have thought? Not me.
Not me. Oh,
Not me.
boy. So, Randy,
Well.
why did you want to go to war?
I have died
I'm so
before.
confused.
Well, with
it's
all
okay.
the iPad crap and all that. Like,
Okay.
why does the iPad
so this is the
need
episode that I
defending?
sit out of. I understand. All right.
No, you're an iPad. No, you need to mediate, Mike. Here.
No.
Here's why we're going to war.
Why?
Because
Don't put me in the middle here. For those that are
Because
listening,
it makes for good content, Drew.
Put me
I
in the
love
middle of this
watching
madness.
Worm. Look at that
Okay,
double lens.
Don't say
all
it
the
like
way
that.
across the sky.
Yeah, you have
Look at
something
it.
that the new iPad Pros don't.
Here we go.
Another lens.
That's true.
You know what they say about more lenses? More. Oh, hi. Welcome back. See, this one's making the Pikachu face. Oh.
The other one is it's
Anyway.
just Pikachu has 3 eyes and they're all different sizes.
That's drunk Pikachu.
Let me
Okay.
ask one question.
Yeah, AMA me, man. I haven't. I up until today, just because I did see the recap, I didn't know there was going to be issues. I didn't want to risk it for outside.
You're
of
not on the
Randy.
iPad?
No.
Ha!
I rest my case.
Yeah, I'm in the camp of Drew. You. So one thing, the quality was pretty crap in the last podcast on the video portion because the iPad was just having a hard time with rendering every single time that I changed a scene and all that. Along with that,
The audio
I don't know,
sounded fine.
Sure.
It's passable. Listen, I
will
just
say
didn't want
Mike
to
is
risk
our
it for
toughest
you.
critic.
I am.
I brought
was a
the
lot of nose
MacBook out
breathing.
of retirement. I brought the MacBook out of retirement because this is a multi-person excursion, and I don't want to have a Drew running a MacBook Air M2 situation.
Yeah, that's preferably avoided. That's for sure. But my first question was going to be, where did you get it? Because I want to know how long the return policy is.
I'm going to answer a question with a question. Where do you think I got it, Drew?
Amazon renewed or refurbished.
Well, I am glad you keep up to date with your
I thought you said that you kept up to date with the podcast and all that.
I was
yeah.
listening at 2 times speed. It may have been slipped by the poor audio quality that made it hard to listen to.
It all circles back. to the
Either way,
iPad.
I'm glad you keep up to that, but you clearly don't keep up with my show because I said it multiple times on different videos.
I was camping. There was no internet.
Oh,
I
how
made a
convenient!
choice.
With your 3 wheels, camping with your 3 wheels because the 4th one's shot.
I wish I could camp with my 3 wheels.
I got this. Actually, I think this will answer your question. I don't know why it will, but it should. Oh, bye. What happened?
Just answer the dang
All right.
question, Mr.
No, we're gonna
politician.
just
Oh,
trail this out forever with the iPad.
Oh, he's back. Okay. This should answer your question. Ready?
There's a QR code that someone.
It did not answer my question.
Oh, I took it from Apple. I took it from their store.
I'm so. Are you being serious?
Of
I don't remember
course.
that.
No, Mike, you know the answer. I'm just disappointed. I got it off
Does
of
Mike
Amazon.
keep
I
up?
got
Yes.
Okay. See, I was
it's
listening.
off of Amazon. I got it off of Amazon, and I got it for 90 days, I think. Yeah, 90 days.
Good.
And we lost him again. He keeps dropping.
I'm
his
here.
AirPod. Okay.
It's
all
sweaty
right,
in here.
Mister.
Don't worry about
Okay,
me.
it's
It's
fine.
audio.
I got iPad OS. I'm doing great.
This is really hard news for Drew to handle, apparently, or for Randy to
Well,
break the news for him.
I just don't understand. I thought we had all come to an agreement, and now Randy's trying to stir the pot.
You need to understand my predicament. Maybe that's where you're disconnecting. And the truth is, I did make multiple videos because, my God, am I getting clicks up the wazoo? My watch, I am almost half monetized, because I guess you can get monetized twice. The full monetization after 4,000 hours, and then
You're pulling a FSD is mind blowing. You're seeing the positivity brings more traffic.
Hashtag not an ad.
no,
Hashtag.
no. So I have a chronological story. Then I will act like you know nothing of my experience. I have been verbally harassed in multiple sectors.
By me.
No, I would rather just take it from you over these no names. But people
Randy's
were
lock screen is just stuffed with texts from me. You stupid. I hate you so much. Like every day, there's just another one. And then you're
Why
doing a
are
video
you
like
even
iOS 18 impressions, and you unlock it and you see all these mean texts.
Everybody, yeah, you suck. Why are you even here? Just one more click farming. This is great. So I have been for a better part of the last month before doing this experiment, that I've been told that I'm wrong and I don't get the full picture, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the common denominator I had found with the criticism that I could not 100% take my stance on was because I have not since tried iPad. You're ugly. Wow. Okay. Wow. I have not tried iPad OS, or I have not used an iPad with an Apple Silicon chip of the M series now. And I'm thinking, like, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean. And people were refuting that. And they're like, you have an old device. You don't get it. It runs. Yours is slow. X, Y, Z. I have comments and stuff like this. And because I am a small channel and I am pretty engaged with the comments, I can tell people, I can have actual like lengthier conversations. And it was just, it kept coming back to the same thing, that they're like, you just try it, run with it, and you'll understand. So I said, fine. So here we are. I am purposely sidelining my Mac, and I'm using this as my daily and only driver to see if I'm wrong. If I am right, then I can 100% stand behind my conviction about what's wrong with iPad OS, what I believe to be completely there's injustice in the operating system that I can have with better confidence. I can say that, look, I can run the latest thing like all of you on the latest iPad, or at least a later version of it. And I can tell you with confidence it doesn't change anything. Or I'll be like, my mind has changed. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. And I was ignorant to it because I have an A12X chip, not even an A12Z. So like my chip is old. So I am giving myself an honest evaluation so I can tell myself with integrity that I know everything there is to know about the iPad the way I know everything there is to know about an iPhone. And I can tell you with confidence that this thing is overhyped or not overhyped, or like I can actually articulate in a better stance with it running with an M chip. So that's what I'm doing, to the point where I haven't been able to do it this week, but I am going to even get the 30-day free. I can still do it with Logic, and I'm going to write a whole song off this bad boy and see what that looks like as a content creator. I'm coming at this from the approach of a content creator. So I've ran videos now, I've uploaded videos, and I did the YouTube thing just fine, which I was not ever worried about. But can I write a song? Can I actually like write a song to the point where I can properly mix it, master it, export the thing in the proper file, and can I submit that song to my distribution service to get it up on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music? Can I do all that stuff? If I can, and I can literally do everything I'm doing off of the Mac minus the efficient part, that's something I need to revise my stance on, but I don't know because I haven't tried it. My iPad's not compatible with it, so I got one that I could. There you go.
Okay, that's a decent explanation. It's wrong, but okay, I'll accept it.
Can
Even
we admit this
so,
into evidence?
maybe it's because I have reviewed the iPads when they first came out that makes me feel more confident in just saying, nah, don't need to bother, don't need to touch it. But I don't know if you were checking them out at the same times, but it's
I wasn't. I was confident with the 2018 model. I was like, oh, this is fine for what
yeah,
it is, what iPad OS can do. But now that we have this ever graying line, blurring of the lines here of what they're saying you can and can't do, I need to run it to its full extent. To the point that I even put iPad OS 18 on this. I'm running the beta. I've done it since before the public release, just so I can see what the future promised latest and greatest for the operating system is. What am I not seeing? Like, what am I disconnecting in the comments that tell me I'm wrong? What am I not seeing? And the only way I can answer that is by doing it myself. And because I never did review anything, the last iPad I put my hands on was the Mini 6, and I'm like, this is great, and this is exactly what I want an iPad to be.
the perfect iPad.
Yeah,
It is flawless in its beauty, in its glory.
and I got the M1. You haven't asked me yet, but I'm going to tell you the reason why I didn't get a newer one. Mainly because I like practicing getting cheaper variants of stuff that can still do good. I have a sentimental connection to the M1 chip from going to the MacBook Air when I needed it the most, and then getting the M1 Pro for my MacBook Pro. I have a very nostalgic vibe with the M1 from 2021, and I partly want to prove to myself and to anybody else that the M1 chip is still flawless, perfect, so much headroom to grow with. Even the base M1 that can be put into an iPad or a MacBook Air, that it's still my favorite chip, and there is a sentimental nostalgia to it as well. I didn't do it for because I know I'm just reviewing it. I didn't want to update the the keyboard and the pencil and all this. Like, I didn't want to do all that because I don't like that. That's what I don't like about the new iPads. Whatever artificial thing is promised, the whole idea of having to buy a whole new set of things, I'm just currently against. But maybe my mind will change at the end of this. I don't know, but
No,
stick with what I got. I already have the accessories and the peripherals that work just fine with using the Studio Display, using Apple Pencil, using the keyboard. Everything that I have in my house right now, it was the obvious choice and the cheapest one to just grab an M1. It's fine. I got a 256 gig M1 iPad Pro, 13-inch. There you go.
okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't want to entertain that it could do something impressive. So I'll let you handle this. I'll let you be the iPad guy. I'm okay with that. But
I haven't seen any musicians write a full song to the point of distribution. I'm off of an iPad. I haven't found it yet. The one
I
person I
would
thought
like
would
to
have
see
done it,
that.
yeah, I thought Jonathan Morrison would have done that, and he didn't. Back when the M1
Well,
came
he's
out.
got yeah,
Yeah,
he's got bigger problems. But yeah,
yeah. Well, yes. So I'll be Jonathan Morrison for him. Make the content you want to see. I haven't seen a musician do that, and I'm talking. I'm going to make the cover art on the iPad. I'm going to design everything through the Apple Pencil. I'm going to see what Logic Pro looks like as a touch interface and what I can do with it, because I know I can hook up my mic, the one I'm using right now. That has already been prevented, and that's really all I need. I need to be able to connect my piano to it, which I don't think there's going to be an issue. But even if there is, I know there's workarounds. But I haven't seen anybody actually produce a song from start to finish to the point of publishing and streaming. So I'm going to be that guy. And that's going to be
That's good.
That's my I made it to the summit. Once that's done, I will be done reviewing the iPad.
That will make for interesting content. And my point is that's the problem. It shouldn't be interesting. It shouldn't be a challenge when you're spending that kind of money. That's where my whole thesis stems from. It should just do it, and you shouldn't have to think about it. It shouldn't be, I'm going to try it. I haven't seen anyone else do it. It's like, well, there's probably a reason no one else has done it. It's like when you're spending that kind of money, in my opinion, you should have software feature parity between the Mac. But we've gone down that road before. Do you want to go down it again, or should we talk about other things?
All I will say is that I am doing the Logic Pro thing because it gives me 30 days free, and I would not resubscribe. I would not buy something I already have on the Mac.
The heck?
I will end it
with. What are you looking at?
Found you with the M1 iPad in a live stream.
Wow, look at my hair.
Wow, look at your setting.
Streamed 3 years ago.
I remember this set.
Wow,
Man.
it's so different.
Yeah, look at that.
21st to be specific.
Anyway,
it's actually been it's the exact amount of time.
What?
Mike's just like,
so that's what that feels like.
All right, looking us up last week.
He did. So yeah. To recap, I will say this. Here's the spoiler, not spoiler. Here's what I know so far that I can confidently say, and I knew going into it. Mac OS is so much more convenient, and on convenience alone,
hands down.
There are things that I fundamentally just disagree with the iPad, and I don't think will ever change until iPad OS changes. And it's never more prominent than when you get on your Mac. It's not as prominent when you're on your iPhone because iPhone has the same problem. For example, multiple audio playing. There's workarounds if you have like PIP, and there's certain ways to kind of adjust to that. But there are strengths in both iPhone and Mac that are both borrowed from on iPad OS. Thus, there is nothing proprietary I am finding in iPad OS, which is the most frustrating part, because then if you're just going to good artists borrow or copy, great artists steal, like it's not, iPad hasn't stolen anything. It's emulating, it's mimicking things, but it hasn't stolen anything yet to make it its own. So I can tell you, just from running with iPad only, that I miss the fluidity of Mac OS. I miss how convenient it is. And I'm not even talking about from a stance of comfort of having to navigate the system. I'm just talking about from a reducing those, Mike was talking about it last week, reducing those steps to get from whatever you're starting with to where you're ending, reducing those steps in a way that is just like convenient, obvious, that like, oh, well, it's been obvious. That's on Mac, that's on Windows to a certain degree on iPhone, but you can't just
it's
have
like
that.
A breath of fresh air. Whenever I did those iPad challenges, as soon as I switched back to using the Mac, it was like, there we go.
Yeah.
Same thing when I switched from Android to iPhone. It was just, everything felt at home.
Cleaner. It just feels cleaner. Yeah. I'll say this last part, and then I'm just going to, I don't want to bury the lead, but I find certain apps on Mac are actually more optimized in utility than on the iPad. But what the iPad has over the Mac, in my findings, is it has better crossover with connecting with iCloud, and everything's just pushing. I was doing a very specific task that involved me using notes. Anything that went into the notes on Mac had like a 3 to 5 minute delay. Anything on my iPad or on iPhone, it was instantaneous. And I'm like, I don't know why that's the case, but all right, fine. So the fluidity is still cleaner on Mac. Just even having to open up this today and do this, I'm like, dang, So much simpler than using StreamYard app on iPad. That
Oh, yeah.
sucks. Having the
much
controls with audio and mic and all these things. Microphone, not mic.
It's hard to control me.
How you doing, Mike? How you doing? I haven't heard from you today on this episode. What are you doing? What are you up to besides looking at videos of us? You pervert.
I was finding relevant content regarding the iPad talk, so that way those that watch the video portion of this podcast could get some visual aid besides hearing some of the same stuff that was covered last week, but it's Drew catching
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Which
Mike
is
is
fair.
our Jamie. Hey,
I
Jamie,
knew
clean
all
up
this
in there.
stuff, but
Okay.
we've heard and seen all this before. Something we haven't seen before is this.
Oh, my eyes!
There's a very reliable leaker that has posted these. Their name is Google, and they've
What am
leaked
I
every
looking
Pixel phone. This is the new Pixel 9 lineup with a new rebranded name for the folding version called the Pixel 9 Pro Fold.
What? This is as
Not to be confused with the Pixel 9 Pro XL or the Pixel 9 Pro.
Thank God for that.
I would say this is as cohesive as Audi or Mercedes in their naming of their EVs.
Oh, geez.
As in not at all.
Or Volvo.
Yes. I feel like they could have done a little bit better if this is correct.
Feast your eyes.
They look
I
clean.
actually don't hate these. I
Yeah, so
kinda
the
hate
9,
this.
the 9 Pro, and the
What
9,
are those?
the 9 Pro, and the 9
Nothing.
Pro XL look good. The 9 Pro Fold looks like they just did a copy and paste on the camera sensor, but then changed the lenses in there so that way you got ultra wide and something else.
The most upsetting part is the Pixel team came up with the best camera bump, period, in my opinion. The visor design. Honestly, they didn't even come up with it. It was the Nexus 6P. Do you remember that?
That's not how you say my
No.
channel.
Speaking of Randy, this was one of the first Android phones I ever reviewed, and it was pretty
That's right.
good. It was not bad. I remember even back in early Drew when he was back at Real Apple Sheep days saying very positive things about the Nexus 6P. It
You're
had
not Real
stereo
Apple Sheep no more.
speakers when the iPhone did not. It had
Front facing
speakers.
too, right? It was front
Yeah.
facing. Like,
We got rid of
Yeah.
that a long time ago. It felt nice. It was a good build. The software was clean. It ran stock Android back before Google had their own in-house hardware team. This was made by Huawei, I believe. But that camera visor
Did they
bump
do
design was
HTC?
always the best. I think there was another Nexus that HTC did, but it wasn't the
Gotcha.
6P.
I love that fingerprint
But-
sensor.
Why?
It's great. You don't have to wait for the whole Face ID thing to try to identify. You just put your finger on the button. There you go. Or you just swipe up.
But what if you're
We kind of
wirelessly
had to
charging?
reach for it. They didn't have that back then.
Oh.
Why are you trying to wirelessly?
It's metal. It was
Why are
all
you
metal.
wirelessly
So it was
charging
very
while
light.
trying to unlock your phone by the finger? No.
Because
Or
Argument
just meant on
valid.
a stand. It can be annoying when it's like on a stand on your desk. You gotta like reach behind
yeah.
the phone and find the. But my point is, Huawei and the Pixel figured out the best camera bump design, which is the visor, because it eliminates the wobble while still allowing the lens to protrude, which we've discovered. Apparently, it's impossible to make a good camera that doesn't protrude out the back. Don't ask us why. Even the Energizer phone had a camera bump. But then they go ahead, shrink the camera bump for the corner so that
ruin it.
now the fold is going to wobble when you put it face down.
Is it? Because it's unfolded right here, and now the camera.
No,
is,
this is it. This is a different one.
What is that?
It's not open. The phone's not open. That you're looking
There's
at
two
it.
closed ones. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll find a different angle.
While you're doing that, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, and look at that thing.
For this, I understand then for the wobble because, well, maybe I don't because you're gonna have that front screen that has you can interact with it. You're gonna have that facing down, which isn't gonna be good. While the cameras are up when you're taking from what I understand, how people use these folding phones is that they have them on a flat surface and then they fold it at a 90-degree angle so that way they can get a picture of them and their friends doing something quirky in the distance. So I don't think this camera thing.
I love the way
I'd
you
rather-
phrased that.
Yeah, I'd rather just take a photo off of my iPad.
That sounds even worse.
It'd be probably half the price. Of
But it is kind of giving me the ick over the fact that it's not cohesive with the rest of the lineup. Instead of being a almost full width camera pump, it's now following the iPhone and being a little module on the upper corner. And by
the way, I
I mean
love
big.
that Motorola is advertising their flip phones alongside the Pixel 9 on 9 to 5 Google. That's awesome.
Advertising.
They're smart. Targeted ads. Hey, a foldable buyer. Those are rare. Let's make sure we don't miss ads.
Remember the razor?
Oh yeah, you can hang up when you close it. I never actually found that out. Does it hang up the call when you flip it shut?
The new razor or the OG?
The any of the flip phones.
I believe
that are
so.
folding phones. It would be hilarious if they were like, and then it just moved the call to the cover display. I'm like, God, I hate that guy. And the other guy on the phone's like, he must have a Galaxy Z Flip 5 because I can still hear him.
I hate my boss. Randy fired. The visor layout is so universally welcomed and preferred that even the rumored 16, right? Is it the iPhone 16 going to get? No, sorry, 17. Sorry, thinking about next year's. So iPhone 17 is going to get the visor design.
I haven't seen that anywhere.
Dang, Drew, you've been gone. I'm telling you leaks before you.
This is something else that you're showing me. Yeah,
that's just the visor design, at least.
Okay.
And it kind of looks like an iPhone, honestly. They got the squared edges. And...
Oh no, that does look like iPhone. But anyway, yeah, there's a rumored 17 Slim Pro, whatever, gonna have a visor design. Ultra thin, ultra visored, ultra big and light.
Is that a leak or is that just someone's hopes and dreams? For
No. This is consolidated information being put together. I don't like to say the word leak because it all sucks. Every leak thing sucks. All the people.
Where did this information come from? A patent? Did some engineer leak it, or I guess reveal it? Since we're avoiding the word leak.
No, nobody directly from Apple ever is the source out loud. It is always one of these coverage, whether it's Min-Chi Kuo, Mark Gurman, and what? There you go. That's the one I saw. That's one of them.
What does the headline say?
Everything we know so far about the 2025 iPhone. I feel like this is not truthful.
Well, this is not the only source. This is not the one. Like, there's other.
I don't think there was ever a leak that said that the camera bump was being redesigned into a visor. That's not what the leak said. Maybe that's why I'm confused. Don't get me wrong. I would love it to look that way, but I don't think that's what the reports were. I think the report was just claiming that they were going to make a thinner iPhone, which, like, wow.
I also want to note they are shrinking the dynamic island to make it a dynamic dot, almost.
Dynamic.
A dynamic period,
islands can be dots.
That'll trigger the super cycle right there.
There it is. It's a dynamic period. Just boop, done. It's a little dot. Well, they're shrinking this. The way they shrunk the bezel or the notch, excuse me, for 13. They would be shrinking. Was it 13? Yeah, 13. 13. Yeah, 13 shrunk, right? Am I crazy? The 13 series shrunk the.
You are crazy, but the 13 shrunk.
Okay, great. Same way, Dynamic Island will also be shrinking further. This is the iPhone 17 is the iPhone 13 of Dynamic Islands. Woo! I love it when we talk about tech.
So much. This is the problem, isn't it? I know you're gonna hate.
You guys hear
what I'm
about Trump?
to say. Oh, brother. You're gonna hate what I'm about to say, but
Impossible. You already came at me for the iPad thing because you said I'm unoriginal and people have already done this, so I suck and I should just give up. Way to feed into my imposter syndrome. Thanks, Drew.
all I'm saying is that I think Apple should make a foldable just for the headlines.
I think you should not be here next week. I think it should be me. No, I agree. Actually, yay! He's watching us.
Just
from the
us
back.
now.
Hey,
Again.
Mike. Hey, Mike. Guess what? I'll never say this in front of Drew, but I think Apple should make a foldable. I do. Oh,
That's a great idea. Thanks for bringing it up.
Somebody
Randy.
say foldable.
He folded in.
As he opens
I should come in the show every week that way. That's great.
You just should
Is
be
he
like,
joining
sorry,
us this
Drew's
week?
not here.
Who's to say? Who's to say?
Here's
well, then who introduced? Oh, okay, well, never mind then.
Sheepy.
What?
Wow.
There's the soundboard. Yeah, I don't believe whatever these people are putting down for everything we know about the 2025 iPhone.
It should be nothing.
Well, they claim a lot of things, Mr. Jason Cross here.
Well, he's probably assembling what others have said.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's, here's when other things were announced or released. So
Yeah,
it's
let's
gonna be
go
this
through
date.
it. We've got time.
I was going to talk about Spotify, but
it on this whole thing. I just want to say my takeaway with all that is that yes, Apple should make a visor camera system, not the little cluster on the side, because they're going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and I'd rather it grow down this way. This is
sucks.
comical. This is comical. Looking at that is literally comical.
I never liked it. Even back when it first came out, I thought it was weird. I didn't like the whole argument.
This was fine as it was.
That's thin.
They
It's
tried to make
basically
the
flushed.
argument that the lens need to be equal distant from each other, and that's such a lie. I believed it for a while, but then I started looking at it. I'm like, they are not equal distant at all.
You
This
know
one
which
is
ones
further
are?
out.
The base iPhone 15 are.
So the two lenses are equal distance from each other.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
What an amazing accomplishment.
All right, let's
How could
dissect
they-
this. Let's dissect this article and go down the thing. Then
You know, the wheels on my bike are also equal distance from each other. It's weird.
so are my eyeballs. Sometimes, sometimes even further.
No, they look equal distant on the 11.
I'm talking about the
Oh,
newer one.
0.5. Oh, it's backwards. Oh,
No, it's not. Not for us. I saw it just fine.
Oh, maybe I've just got mirrored on my side then.
Sorry, I had Taco Bell.
But yeah, about 0.55.
Yeah,
I'm talking about this one.
Oh, well, I can't do that. I don't have. Well, actually, I can.
I can look at it. It's obvious. Just look at it. Look at the
Look
gap
at it.
between these two and these two.
Look at it. I am ugly and I'm proud. I am ugly and I'm proud. Look at it.
Hey, Xbox, clip that. We're gonna post. We're gonna post that section to the clips.
Is that
channel.
what he calls it?
Everyone's connect just got triggered. Thanks, Drew.
No one has a Connect anymore. But you're right. Now that Pixel has screwed up their folding phone, Apple has an opportunity to fix it by making a visor
Good
camera bump on
morning.
their iPhone Fold, which I'm not saying I would buy one. I'm not saying it would be a good product. I'm simply saying Apple should do it the same way they did Apple Vision Pro. It's expensive. It's not a good product, but it gave everybody something to talk about for a while. And at this point, they kind of need that because the iPhone 16 isn't even out yet, and we're all bored of it already. We're all like, what about the 17, huh? How about that 18? Is that going to change anything? And Quo's like, actually, it's even less interesting than we initially thought. He issued a report a couple days ago saying that they're not going to do the thinner iPhone or whatever. So we're saying not this year's iPhone, but the following year's iPhone is not going to be as exciting as we initially thought. If we're getting the it's boring reports now, a year and a half before it launches,
It's like watching Biden debate. You're like, just stop.
Randy, why are you so political all of a sudden? Did something happen? No.
Please don't open Pandora's box.
Oh, that's horrible. They should do it.
The folding phone.
Just-
yeah, so
That's disgusting. Let's do it.
Think different, Apple. Just a little
Like
different.
going from space gray to midnight.
Yeah, could we get a midnight iPhone, please?
y'all are not going out and buying the midnight speaker,
Who's to
midnight
say?
blue, midnight gray,
You wouldn't-
midnight
you-
black,
I'm
whatever it
setting
is.
it up and you wouldn't
Insanity.
even know. Insanity.
You know why I did that video, the most video
Skit?
ever, right?
Because you
It was a great video.
because there's
I
no
love that
news
video.
to report that day.
This is what happens. This is like what do you think justified what at Apple went on that made them go, you know what? we should put this in the newsroom post. July 15th.
Apple introduces a new color.
The stunning smart speaker that complements any space. Is that how you spell compliments?
I can't. Screen's too small.
No,
nope,
it's not.
missing an eye. I think. No.
That's
We're
compliments.
all wrong?
What?
Compliments.
There's a different version of compliments I didn't know about.
Nope. They spelled it wrong. That's supposed to be an I. I was right.
What?
Yes, Mike, you're right. Thank you.
Hey,
Ha ha.
dictionary.com confirms it.
Wait. What? I don't think it does. I think
A
you're wrong.
polite
Mike.
expression of praise or admiration.
There's a
Is that
difference
not what they're
between
doing with their smart
compliments and
speaker in any space?
complements.
What the heck is a compliment?
Something that complement is a thing that competes or brings to perfection. Whereas
You are
compliment
full of no. You are making that
is
up.
when you say something nice to someone.
What do you think they were trying to say there?
I feel like this is a
Competing with any
compliment.
space?
They're saying it compliments as in it's not speaking. It's not saying nice things to you. It compliments as in it
It's
completes.
a metaphor. It's
It's
an
a polite expression of praise or
This
admiration.
shirt complements my skin tone. It's not speaking it.
A
It's
thing that completes or brings to perfection.
I'm so mad right now. I'm being gaslit right now.
A number or quantity.
This new color is a lot more impactful than I realize.
No, I'm being gaslit, and I don't appreciate it.
There's two different kinds of compliment, and we just learned it.
You learn something new every day, folk.
We wouldn't
I
have
could
learned
have gone
that
the
if
rest
Apple...
of my life not knowing that.
Well,
Something
anyway-
that completes something else.
Is it that time of the show where I say something controversial?
No, I can say something else more controversial. I dropped Twitter. I deleted it.
Like your account or just the app?
I deleted the account,
wow.
which it takes 30
My-
days. But after 30 days, it's gone. I've been Twitter.
So we should probably stop linking it in the show notes.
I mean, you can. It'll just be a broken link, probably. But
Or
yeah,
just put it. Are you still got Instagram? Do you have anything?
I don't. I only follow people that I know on Instagram. So for those that are trying to add me on Instagram, I see you. I appreciate that.
Jay.
Instagram's more private for me. It's more of catching up with friends and family, in which y'all are great. Oh, yeah, there we go. This account doesn't exist.
Wow.
So the
Like
handle is available, is what you're saying.
Yeah, if someone
After
wants to
30 days.
parade as at GamerIke, good luck. Have fun.
Oh boy!
But yeah, so I dropped
Someone
that.
should make a
and-
parody account.
What would it even would it just be slandering me in some way?
No,
Oh, no.
it would just be
would
clips
just
of
be-
you doing this for every episode.
No, it would be it'd be awkward screenshots of you mid facial expression
Mm,
every day.
I've got a few of those of you guys. But yeah, drop that.
I'm proud of you,
and
Mike.
You son of a-
Reddit. So I no longer have those. Instagram, I'm
I
kind
didn't
of.
even know you used Reddit like that.
It was good for looking up different news stuff, but
You
I'm
don't need
done
an
being
account for that.
connected.
That's crazy, man. So what do?
What do look up websites that have news?
Have you thought about subscribing to Apple News Plus?
No, because then that means I'm now looking at my phone more again.
Oh, you're prepping yourself to go to the light phone.
So that's the thing. It's now the 18th. On the 15th, they said was the deadline to reserve the light phone for $400, and that's what it'll cost at the end. So $400. The date has passed. I've still not reserved the light phone 3. And I came to the conclusion after hanging out with some family over the 4th of July weekend that having a smartphone is great for games that require a smartphone, or if you need to look up something, or if you need to play some random music, a random playlist. It's great for that. But I can still delete apps and not have myself sucked into it while being with friends and family. So I'm trying to find a balance with the hardware that I have. And also, the hardware that I have is too interconnected with too much stuff that I've got in my life right now. My computer, the car, my wife, and being able to share videos or links or anything else like that with her easily. The
It's so
smart speakers in the
ingrained.
house.
We can't get rid of them even if we want to. That's how you know tech is disruptive, is when people who don't want it have to get it.
Yeah.
Well, it's the life that I chose in terms of having a computer that's tied to my phone, speakers that are tied to my phone in specific special ways for activating lights and all that, apps, and the car that I have.
Do you genuinely know someone who doesn't own a smartphone?
I used to, but then he got a smartphone.
Exactly. That's my point. My brothers-in-law both hated smartphones and resisted them as much as they possibly could, but they now both have them. And I'm like, this is the world we live in now, whether it's the games, whether it's the mobile apps, whether it's the communication, the checking in for your flights. How are you going to do that on a light phone?
Right. And so that's something that I didn't actually consider flights and all that. And I think I'd probably have to go the old way of printing a paper out and then going there.
But don't you still have to check in 24 hours before?
Yeah, and that's where you could just get an iPad, cellular.
That's a cop-out. That's not a real...
Hey,
that's
I only travel so many times in a year.
The iPad is the most popular tablet sold. Drew, you shut your lying mouth. It's not a cop-out. He has an iPad mini.
Not in the room right now, but it's a
I'd like to meet someone who doesn't own a smartphone but does own an iPad. Let me meet that person. Show me that farm.
I'm jealous, Mike. We talked about it. I am too. I don't even think we talked about it on air, did we? We talked about that offline.
I teased it. No, I teased it at the end of the podcast last week.
Man,
on social media.
So I did half the step. I got rid of the app, not the account, because I'm trying to detox. You went full. You just jumped into the cold, dark, deep end of the pool, and I'm like, dang. I kind of got FOMO. I like that's kind of sick because
I did some light reminiscing the night that I did it. I think it was Saturday night.
Tears were had.
Well, it was more of, hey, I wonder what my first posts were. And I looked at them like, oh, these are cringe. I'm going to delete this account.
Quickly gotta go.
There is some old photos of me and my wife on there, which is actually really cool because it's like, oh, this was right before we went to a formal or some type of dance or whatever. That's cute.
Did you pull the photos before you got rid of them?
No, because I already have them on some device.
Oh, all right then.
If so, like, there's a lot. That's the tough thing is trying to pull photos off of Twitter. You can, I believe, request to get a bunch of that data that they have of your account, but I didn't care for that pretty much because I already have that, and or if I don't care about it right now. So, or really at all.
Did we say on air then that like reason why like this is kind of cool is because like this isn't the Twitter that we signed up for so long ago. It's a whole different platform. I am less sentimentally invested or attached to x.com and my X handle, because it's a shell of what I had back in, I think prime, like peak Twitter for me. It may very well correlate with when I joined the podcast as well, and that's when I got to like engage with people. So I'd say 2017, 2018 was peak Twitter for me. And it was fine. Like even coasting through the pandemic, like everything was fine. Like I was on Twitter more than any other social media platform, bar none, excluding YouTube if we count that as a social platform. I liked the communities that were there, and I even liked just the limitations that were involved. And I know we were expecting changes to come from Twitter when Elon bought it. What I wasn't expecting was the community shifting, like changing as a whole, like just the ads that I get, the spam that I get, never mind the bots. Like I'm just talking about like I go to the For You page and I see the grossest content that makes me like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see what's happening in on the Gaza Strip. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see drone strikes on, Russians. I don't want to see that. I don't care. But because, Techno King wants to go ahead and like push whatever, then because I was following him, now I get things that he might have engaged with presented to me on the For You tab. And I hate the tab. And I just, even the people that I've communicated with over the years, they've moved on in some capacity. They've grown up or they've changed. People grow apart, things like all that stuff just happens. And I have found myself holding on to the 2018 memory, the 2018, 2019 memory, even with all the trash talking that was happening my way or the trolling that came with it. I didn't care because the community was stronger and the engagement was better. And I like the limitations of it. I'm holding on to what was, not what is. And when I had that realization, I was like, oh, I don't give a flying poop about monetization. I don't care about, I can't rage bait like that. I don't care to rage bait. That's toxic. I don't care to clickbait. I don't care to click farm or whatever, farm click, whatever they call it. I don't care about that. If that's what I got to do to get to be presented or whatever the case is, that's not for me. That's not my style, and it won't be. And that's also equal to Instagram, where there's more visual elements. I'm not interested in farming for clicks that way either, or engagement. What will be. I've come full circle almost on this journey of social media and being more presented in the public. That if you just want to, I want to be known for my content, not for the stuff that I would tweet or family photos I would have posted, or I want to like know me for the platform you know me on. So if it's YouTube because of the Randy Nexus, then that's what you know me for, or the podcast. Or if it's my music, then it's the music. But one thing I've learned is that whenever I talk about my music, I get no engagement on Twitter. And I'm like, well, music's a big part of my life. So does my handle really matter then? Because people are more interested in the Randy Nexus then. But even then, the Twitter handle is the least performing. I post the same thing on Twitter as I do on Instagram or YouTube Shorts, and the engagement, the views, the whatever, the impressions, that's what I'm trying to say, is the lowest on Twitter. I'm like, oh, well, if nobody really cares, I don't care. Like, I made the content, put it on, I'm just trying to deliver it however is appropriate. But if they don't care, I don't care. It's like when it comes to presenting your content as a creator, it's YouTube or Instagram. To me, that's where you get the most interesting. And I find that people are more interested in the music on Instagram, so I talk more about music over there. And people are more interested in tech on YouTube, so I talk about it on YouTube. And then I looked at my analytics for the podcast, and then that's just all over the place. Like I got just people downloading the podcast versions of everything. So I'm like, okay, then why am I wasting my time on Twitter? Why am I wasting my time on anything else that nobody seems to be interested themselves? So I'm going through my own renaissance with that. That was like the seeds that were planted. And then you were saying it last week, Mike. You were talking, and I was like, he's saying what I was feeling. And now you did it. And I'm over here like, should I do it? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know yet. I'm not as brave as you are. I'm jealous. I'm jealous that I'm not as brave as you in that regard.
Yeah, I think the final nail in the coffin for me, in which I can't believe I'm the one who's bringing it up, but because of, I guess, recent politic hype and
I'll be Mike Doran. You be Randy.
that are going on, there was photos being passed around on the platform, and which I wasn't looking at them, but I had a friend who is on Twitter/X who, for some reason, just wanted to show the friend group that we're hanging out with this photo, and I'm just thinking, why are you showing me this?
It was me. I'm sorry.
And
I'm
he
right
said,
here.
well, this is being passed around Twitter right now. Crazy, right? And I'm just like, I really don't want to see this. So stuff like that, like I'm pretty much echoing what you said before, Randy. It's just stuff that I don't care to see, even in the stuff that on the tab that's not for you, the other one, the only things that you follow. I was still seeing this stuff. And even so, even cutting out Twitter from my ecosystem or things that I look at, I'm still on Discord, and so that's still some form of social media in a way. And there's many users on there that just pretty much copy paste links from Twitter onto there. So I'm still looking at some Twitter headlines, unfortunately, but or I guess just tweets in general. But I have cut out the main source of access, so that way I'm not tempted to look at it. I don't have to look at it, and I'm not in the situation where I'm getting news that I don't really care about or I don't care to see blasted in my face.
You're probably gonna be a happier person after this. Given
I hope so.
90 days, you'll come back and you're gonna look younger in the face and everything. I'll be like, man, it's like, you see what they said about VP Harris, and you'll be like, nope, and you'll just
not a cloud in the sky.
Unfortunately, YouTube is now pushing a lot of politics stuff, even though I don't watch it, and a bunch of other outlets do. So it's unavoidable in America right now.
Stay in the subscription feed. Don't go.
That's
to
what I do.
feed.
Yeah.
Well, that's the tough thing. I open up YouTube on the web or wherever, and immediately it gives me the homepage.
Mike,
you can change that.
If you make a widget on your phone for YouTube, you one of the buttons that you can engage with will send you straight to your subscription feed. Or if you do what used to be 3D Press on the YouTube app, it will auto launch you. One of your options is your subscription feed. It'll auto launch. You can bypass home altogether and just go straight to your subscription.
Okay, maybe I'll look into
workarounds.
That's another thing that I'm trying to also work around is looking at YouTube. I'm trying to cut a lot of that out of my life as well.
Dude, I think I'm too far gone.
To follow up on what you were recommending, I think 2 podcasts ago, Drew, and this is relevant as well because of this. I was thinking about getting YouTube Premium because of it has YouTube Music, and then also be able to skip ads and all that.
I rescind that recommendation.
Okay. Well, good, because I didn't follow through with it.
What's happening right now? What's happening?
What made you rescind, and then I'll follow up on what I did instead.
This might be really funny if you ended up doing it anyway, but Tesla is adding Amazon Music to the in-car, and I believe you're a Prime member.
Yes.
So I was going to say just use Prime Music. I haven't tried it in a long time, but I'd love to know.
I use it from time to time. It's great for when I need music inside and outside the house when we're hosting a bunch of friends, or a decent amount of friends, I guess. So it's great to have because we don't have communication between speakers inside out because Apple doesn't make an outside speaker, and we don't want to leave a speaker outside to get dirty or messy or wet or anything damaged. And so we just have Bluetooth speakers outside that are weather resistant, and then we've got just the home speaker system inside. And so we've got Amazon, or I guess Prime Music inside, and then Spotify Music outside. But yeah, that's great to know. But even so, I discovered for Spotify, so it updated to $16.99 a month for premium users. But I found that there's another tier underneath Premium Duo, because I use Premium Duo with my wife because she likes listening. I guess it's not here, but yeah, they make it look like you either get premium or you don't get it at all. But on either the app or some other page, there's just core pretty much, or like regular. So
Premium
instead of being
core, is that
premium,
what it's called?
Premium Duo is what I've got right now. It's going to change a bit later because there's a core duo or whatever, where all it does is
What?
subtract the last bullet point out of this list, which is 15 hours a month of listening time for our audiobooks subscriber catalog. So, and that's only for the manager, which is me for the account. So all it does is just give us 2 accounts that you can still skip songs and do all that. You can cancel at any time. So it still gives you pretty much all the premium stuff. It's just you can no longer access some of the audiobooks that they offer you for free for 15 hours or whatever.
What?
So,
What?
but then they
I'm so
subtract.
confused, Mike.
I
I
know.
gotta be honest, man.
So pretty much they take the $16.99, change it back to what it originally was, $14.99, and now you just can't listen to audiobooks without, I think, buying them.
Are you trying to say podcasts?
No, audiobooks. Audiobooks are things like Audible. You listen to a book.
Spotify
So
sells
they-
books.
So they
Yes.
forcefully put the book thing into every premium membership
Yes.
and will let you keep your old pricing if you don't want to use that.
Go down to core or whatever. Yeah.
That's I'm happy for you, Mike, but Spotify is so freaking annoying.
It is,
That's
but
so
I looked
weird.
at all the different pricing of everything else, of Tidal, of YouTube, of
Oh, title no.
Amazon, for a whole bunch of other stuff. And it was
But you already
more
have
like,
Prime. You should just try it, and if you like
so
it,
here's the
on
thing
your
with Prime
phone-
Music, it doesn't have that many options, and I have just the baseline Prime account.
Oh God,
And
is
it
there more
doesn't-
than one Prime tier now?
There is multiple Prime tiers, and also
Ugh.
because I am the
Since
I think
when?
the owner of the account, it only allows, I think, 1 listener at a time. So that's the stipulation that I'm running with or having to deal with, is that my wife wants to listen to music on her own time, and I want to listen to music
Is
on my
this
own
the
time.
future we wanted?
I don't
I'm about
see
to-
that.
I'm
I know
about to
it's
go
not
back
on
to
the list.
Pirate Bay.
But it's there. Where'd it go?
What?
I'm looking for.
Oh, well, don't show my screen right now.
I'm not.
Good.
Amazon Prime membership pricing: $15 a month, $140 per year. Video membership is just $9 a month. Prime shipping only plan, invitation only. Wow,
No clue
you
what
got
that
in.
is.
You got the privilege of paying $15 a month, which is the exact same price as normal Prime. So that's you just don't get Prime Video for the same price. What a creative tier, Amazon. That's lovely.
This would have never happened under Steve Jobs.
Basic Duo. That's what it is. I'm being changed to Basic Duo on Spotify. So instead of being Premium Duo, it's
Basic?
Basic Duo.
Yeah, basic.
So instead of being $16.99 for Premium Duo, it's going down to $14.99, which it was originally for Premium Duo a couple months ago.
My God.
Yeah.
What a terrible, terrible pricing
Well,
structure.
when we've got needs of listening to music with my wife at her job and me at my job, and we don't want to have to let the other listen, and then we just, I don't know, put on Pandora or whoever, the radio. We just go with that.
I'm not saying you did the wrong thing, but I'm just gonna leave it at this. YouTube Music
But
would be
I'm
cheaper.
not. But
No,
I'm
it's
not.
No, it's not,
saying.
because, and then he left. But that's false.
Why
And
is
he's
it
back.
false?
Because we need 2 people to listen. And
You can have 2 people listen on the same tier. Calm
Thank
down,
you for that,
Mike.
Mike.
that's why.
Oh. Was that
but
good as that?
no, because
You can have
16
one.
You can have one account, but it allows for multiple. Hold on.
Yes.
Give me the pitch again, because from what I read on YouTube's
We're on
wording,
the first floor.
premium.
We're going up to the 12th floor.
or whatever it is,
Go, Drew.
from my understanding
I
of
was
reading
waiting.
all of it, it seemed like only one account could access it, and one listener can only listen to YouTube Music at a time.
We are all Mike.
I have not experienced that myself.
Because you're on a family plan, in which family plan is
But
$16.99.
me and my wife are sharing one slot on the family plan.
Yeah, but who knows what Ew, what the heck?
Do you think I would look good if I got lip fillers, lip injections?
No, I know this because we play YouTube music on the Google speakers, and then I'll play YouTube music on my phone at the same time.
I feel like I'm a fish out of water right now.
I guess that's the other thing is then my wife has to log into my YouTube account.
What does Randy know about music?
In which my wife doesn't. So my wife doesn't have the YouTube app. She doesn't want to get the YouTube app, whether it's the music or the regular YouTube app.
Whoa.
She doesn't watch YouTube on her phone.
We can't be friends with you anymore, Mike.
She's met me, right?
Yeah, she knows that you're real. Despite many rumors.
Many rumors. No, I'm saying get.
He said he had candy in his van, so I went. I don't know what.
Annual price, which is $140 a year. Divide that by 12. It's $11.66. To argue against myself, the reason you shouldn't do it, this is the argument you should have used against me, is it is a crap ton of work to convert music libraries. And it is probably not worth the time. Can do that
easily, or some quick.
No, they claim they can. Oh, I've tried. I used those apps, and they all suck because they always get it wrong. They select the wrong song, and then they put a bunch of songs you didn't save into your new library.
Well, and the other thing is just going through your liked and other playlists one at a time and doing it, which is tedious.
And is it worth saving $4 a month? Probably not.
Probably so. Says the person who budgets a lot. Come on, man.
Well, I did it, but I know you're in a different stage of life than I am, so it's just different.
Insanity.
Different stage. I'm trying to save money and get off of social media at this point.
Yeah. Cutting out social media is saving something far more valuable than your money, which is time.
Oof. So, that's a bar.
Giving the time that I would use on, in a way, yes. I'm not gaining time.
See, I can cut back on memberships and complain about how expensive they are and make content out of it. You have a real job, unlike me, and that takes.
What are you talking about? You're a contract worker.
That's what I said. It's not a real job. You have you have a salary.
Tell Tello that.
In the
he's not really working for you guys. It's not real.
You don't know how to tell them that.
Tell Tello.
What are you gonna do? Tweet at him? Guess who's gonna
read? Do
it.
He's got the keys to the kingdom. Oh, there it is.
I just have to keep away certain phone numbers from you, and I'm perfectly safe.
I will do nothing about it.
That'd be so funny if you tweeted at them. Guess what Drew said? And I'd be like, what? I'm glad you brought that up, though, because I was going to say, I actually wish I could join Mike in leaving social media. I think it's a evil, toxic cesspool meant to divide humanity that I am now being forced to use for my not real job.
The only place you can contact me now, audience, is in the comments of this YouTube podcast.
Oh, so you're still gonna?
I'm still gonna check comments because that's the way that I talk with the audience, and I care about people who listen to us because they're putting.
We have downloads though, Mike. People on podcast download.
Well, that's fine. Then that means they're listening to us talk, and then if they want to communicate with me some way, they know where I'm going to be at, which is in the comments on these podcasts.
Everyone's forgotten about this, but you can also leave comments on the podcast app.
Which, by the way, we haven't done this in a while, but go ahead and give us a review, guys. Give us give us 5 stars.
Hour, 4 minutes in, you're like, leave us a review.
Hey, if you're here and you're listening to us, and we see the comments, but also if you got it on the podcast app, go give us 5 stars or 4 stars or however stars there are. Give us some stars you feel that we're deserving of, and leave a review. Get us bumped because we go through a lot on the back end to coordinate our 3 schedules together.
And a lot of these reviews are very dated.
Yeah.
I love in particular the one from Cohen's that says, "When it was just Drew and Randy, this podcast was better." Then they added Nick, and it all went downhill. Which I found funny because me and Nick started the podcast, and Randy was not there for a year. And then we added Randy, and then it was the three of us.
No, not a year. You silly boy. Your timeline's off.
I don't think so. I've been here the longest, Randy.
I know.
I'm the only original member at this point.
I was a behind the scenes original member. Wait, okay. What do you have the post of the first episode? Do you know what the timestamp of that is? Because I know when I came.
No.
Oh. Well, I could tell you my first on-air appearance, not editing the audio, was in February of 2018. Not a year. Yes, sir.
When did we
Yes,
start?
sir. You know how I know that? Ask me. Because the very first text you ever sent to me was,
I didn't ask.
I don't care. I'm telling you.
Randy won the best giveaway of all time, apparently.
I co-host chair.
People ask me to do giveaways. The last giveaway I did brought a co-host on my show for
and I'm like
8 years.
I'm like a virus. He's like I'm that growth that the doctor's concerned, but we're just gonna monitor, but not get rid of him just yet. You're stuck with me. He messed up. He picked the wrong guy. You will never find a more loyal, dumb person than me.
Beautifully said. I'm gonna laser that onto a piece of wood.
The most loyalist, dumb person.
That could be said for many people.
I feel like I genuinely can't quit social media.
It's sad.
Not with your job. Or either.
Well, that's not true, Drew. You don't. Okay.
I want to, but I genuinely don't think I can. I will say, even if we ignore Tella for a second, like all of the news I get basically is through Twitter, and I don't really know of a better way to get what I report on and to figure out the nitty-gritty details on the reports, like the community notes feature. As a news, what do you want to call me, analyst, having the news followed by a bunch of people responding to the news is just so vital. I don't think I could just quit Twitter, because that's what it's called, and just do YouTube. Like, I would have far less to talk about.
I disagree.
I wouldn't know what to talk about.
Everything that I found out about the iPhone 17 Slim Pro, whatever, was on YouTube. Just because everybody's using their community tabs more often. At least that's how the algorithms curated it for me. They have polls, they have photos.
It's not really quitting social media, then, is it? It's just quitting Twitter that you're suggesting.
No, it's quitting the
cesspool.
There's a terminology.
If we were gonna rename it, that's what I'd rename it.
Doom diving? Is that what's called? Doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling.
I can't.
Doom diving's good. I like that though. That's pretty good.
That's it. That's what it feels like. I don't like Discord. I don't like Twitter, and I don't like Instagram for the same reasons.
Only
I don't
YouTube comments.
Ew.
Ew. I quite frankly, okay, I only like the premise of video fidelity, okay, 4K. I don't get the same problems on YouTube like I get on these other apps when I'm just trying to feed my brain with useless or valuable information, and it's a spectrum. Some stuff is strictly pointless, like watching the 57th video that wants to talk about Revenge of the Sith, but I'm invested and I'm going to watch it.
It's not just you. That's good.
Two, finding out that I found out about midnight being an actual color on YouTube, and I was like, no. I was like, where's the community notes? And then I went to Twitter. I was like, no, So, that's the state of tech this month. But ultimately, I don't get the BS of comparing myself to somebody who's way better looking on Instagram or watching terrible things in the world on
Oh.
Twitter.
Who's way better looking?
Well, you two fine gentlemen for one.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, that's true.
that is
But-
true. But it's the California glow that hits your guys' face. I'm like, oh, what's that like? You guys are glistening and sweating, and I'm over here like it's cold.
Well, after the incident that took place
Oh,
last
what incident?
week,
Whoa,
just
Did
an
you-
incident
The
that
little-
happened.
your
little
tire?
thing, you probably didn't hear about it.
Are we talking about your Model 3? Are we talking about Mike getting rid of social media? There's a lot of
No,
incidents.
the political incident.
Oh,
made me go,
about Android.
This
yes.
is a great
Sure.
time to go camping. So where we went camping, there was no internet service. And I don't mean
Dang.
that as a criticism towards Mint Mobile. However, Verizon AT&T did have coverage in that area. My point is, I was
Subtle
happy. I was grateful. And I remember going into it going, I hope this campsite has no cell reception. My wife was like, why? What if there's a fire or something? I'd be like, what could we do? We're hours away from home. We couldn't stop anything. I just want to focus on the friends that I'm
Were you in
with
paradise?
right now. No.
Oh, you're fine then.
I was in Sumag National Park, the coldest, wettest part of California.
Beautiful place. Love that area.
They filmed The Lost World there. We went to all the spots they filmed.
That's so sick.
Endor's not
Yeah,
too
we
far
got-
from there as well.
That's right, although Endor has been completely cut down, I'm afraid. There's no more trees left from the original filming location, which is a shame. But there were lots of trees. We saw sea otters. I took lots of pictures with my iPhone 15 Pro and had an amazing time capturing memories, but I was just disconnected. I couldn't look at social media. No one could text me or call me. I'm not saying who, but I'm grateful for some of that. And
I said I'm sorry.
and I was so happy during that
Yeah.
trip. I just had such a great time, but because we had obligations and work to come back to, I couldn't stay longer. But it was the first camping trip in a long time where I wasn't ready to go. And it wasn't
Dang.
because I was afraid of showers or indoors or beds or anything like that. I was afraid of what had gone on in the world while I was away. And every day that goes by, I keep thinking those Amish are onto something. I
You're
used
gonna
to
get
point
no
and
social
laugh.
securdy because they never paid into it, and it's
Oh,
gonna
I'm
be
not
gone.
getting Social Security anyway.
Yeah,
By the time I retire, they're gonna redo the laws, and
you have to work until you're 80, and then you could or something. Last
you're
time
gonna
I went
wait till
camping,
you're on hospice. That's when you're allowed to pull.
that's it. Wow. Last time I went camping, I was completely disconnected. Oh, it's so good, you guys.
For those on the audio podcast confused, this is the first ever video podcast back when we did it all on FaceTime, which, by the way, Apple, why can't you record FaceTime calls and have them
Wow.
downloadable afterward? That would be so much
If
better.
this was the first ever video, I remember strategically I'm putting a robe on because I want you guys to see what it would normally look like if we were recording.
Yeah. I mean, normally
What
you
a
wouldn't
gorgeous
even have a
beard.
robe on, but
And Nick doesn't have his infamous green plaid. You could tell
was
this
a
was the
rare
first
time.
video.
Or
This is one of
multicam.
the few times Nick was comfortable recording the podcast with his webcam.
Yeah.
And it was all downhill after that.
Wow.
I
What's
miss
the
these
timestamp?
days.
What's the date
It's-
of this one? I see 4 years ago, but what is it?
Oh,
Oh, you just got it.
YouTube is so great, isn't it?
March 30th, 2020.
Wow.
Oh, that's right when it all went down, too.
Dude, I was just gonna say, last time I went camping, and I had no reception or nothing. When I came back, I went up into the mountains in Southern California. When I came down, and it was during this time, a pandemic had started.
That's right. I forgot about that. You told
Because
that
my
story, too.
birthday. Because
You
I
were
went up for
like,
my
"Yeah,
birthday.
camping, come back, everything on fire."
I was like, dude, where's the toilet paper?
Did I miss something? It's just riots everywhere.
Yeah. So then my wife goes out of her way to very quickly and smartly. She buys a bidet. She's like, we have no toilet paper, so get us a bidet. And then they
Hey, bidet's a
sold
good
out for
idea
most
regardless.
facts. But
I
they
need
were
both,
sold
to be
out for the
honest
rest
with
of the
you.
time.
I can't live with just a bidet or just toilet paper. There's probably a third piece to this puzzle I haven't found yet, but we'll get there.
Blow dryer. It'll dry you. And
I was gonna say, per our last conversation on the EV podcast, putting it in a car.
putting it in a car.
That's
think,
going to be my startup company.
Dang, and you won't even need social media for that. You
I don't know.
just do paid ads or something. Because like the thing about like doing the marketing thing, you can post your stuff and then you could just disappear. You know, you're doing your part.
It's part of the
Push your
gig, though, to kind of read what people are saying and
I
responding with.
I get it, but you don't have to do that on your personal. You don't even need a personal. But then how are you going to be able to move on to the next stage of your life without that personal account? I get it.
Now I get
get
paid by Twitter too, so it's like I'm losing money if I give it up.
Yeah, but just go back to selling merch. You're fine.
More things to worry about instead of easy tweet. that I can
Merch
click
is
on a
way
Sunday.
better.
Wonderful.
You're right. I probably should go back to selling merch.
People keep asking.
And then lie. Be like, I'm shutting it
No,
down.
they
Get the biggest order again. And then you'll be like, well, since you guys requested it, I guess I'll keep it around. And you just feed that lie for 4 more. Milk that cow dry, Drew.
Aren't all those Tailosive merches so much more valuable now?
I mean, I wouldn't say Apple Book, with their pages valuable, but
Yeah, what the heck? Why
What the hell is even that?
Why did that Apple Book appreciate so much? What happened there?
I feel so stupid.
Let me see this crap. Oh, it just pulled up MacBooks. What was it called? Apple Design Book?
Apple.
Oh, designed in California, right?
That's what it was. I think you're right.
Holy crap!
What is it? Last time I saw it was like in the 7s. Whoa! Oh, there's one.
The large one is worth more. $1,200 from Japan. Wait, they're all from Japan. What is Japan doing?
They bought too many.
They're in the future.
What is that? It's just Steve Jobs books. That one has a
Steve
dollar in
Jobs
it.
make something wonderful, hardcover exclusive. New Apple, $99.
New Apple.
Designed by Apple in California book, $2,000. Does it come with a $2 bill? Oh no, $5 bill. $2,700 sealed in box from United Kingdom. That's the first one, not from Japan.
This is what's going to happen with the Vision Pros.
No, those have been tanking. Actually, I've been watching.
Well, yeah, we're living in the year that they just released. Wait a couple of years.
Was it
Yeah,
this
but these-
year? Oh wow, you're right. That was this
Yeah.
year.
This year's gone so long. Before the incident.
Oh my god.
Now it's just
Yeah.
dragging it out. Those books, man, I feel so dumb. Because I was mocking everybody. Like, you good. Look at that. Wow. I am.
For those listening, we're looking at Drew's old merch with AirPods.
I don't like the font I chose.
Yeah, it's kind of bubbly.
Wow. Thanks, Mike. Jeez.
I don't like the font. Yeah, it's
Tell
kind
him-
of bubbly. Jeez.
tell him-
Okay,
Tell him
wow.
how you feel, Mike.
Is that impact for USB-C?
He had a
Probably is.
he had a merch. My favorite one was he had a merch that was mocking like university merch, and it was USB-C instead of.
Oh yeah, that one
That was-
sold very well.
That was
It
such
was
a
that-
cool shirt.
It was that one and the "Give Me a Break" shirt that were the top sellers. I kept trying to make new ones, and no one cared. It was just those two.
And didn't
it's not
Matthias
worth it.
take the "Give Me a Break" one? I think he took.
No, we didn't. What are you doing? Don't start drama.
No.
publicly.
I'm pretty sure he has like a "Give Me a Break" logo thing.
Where's his merch?
Go. You have to go on his Instagram. He's way more active on his Instagram. I'm not trying to start drama. I'm just saying that you retired it, and then the handle was open, so he took it.
Nick Tello should have hired Nikias. He's so good at marketing stuff. He's got such a brand.
I think he retired his lemonade thing though. His lemon whatever. He's already moved on to the next era, and I'm still
Next
like,
Halo thing. He moved off of lemons. Now he's on.
I think
I
he's
don't
just
see
full-fledged
give me a
marketing.
break nowhere.
Mangoes.
Yeah, there's a break. There's a
Link in bio. It says
No.
I don't see it.
Wait, hang on.
Clothing. We're giving him a free shout out here.
There.
Oh, keep on moving is what you're thinking of.
Oh,
That's way more creative. Look at that. It's like the
Also looks
Cuphead
like
looking.
was it the time lady from Loki? The little clock thing.
Yeah.
Miss Minutes. Looks like Miss Minutes.
No, this is way cooler than
What
what
are
I
these
did. Look at
shorts?
that. With the whistling and everything.
yeah.
Very old timey looking.
That looks way better.
Because Steamboat Willie's part of the public domain now, so he went for it and his
Ah.
little whistle and threw it. I made that up, but that literally makes sense now. I was just spitting, I was freestyling it there. But
Why is his jacket on the ground?
because
Why would you do that?
Because Instagram is weird, man. I don't know. It works. He's doing fine for
He's
himself.
just rubbing the jacket on the ground.
It's working. I want it now.
Dang.
Stop showing it.
Yeah, we're getting.
And he's
way
about
too
to buy more things, and I'm trying to help him not buy things. He's trying to buy
Me?
a new phone.
I can't compete with that.
He's trying to buy a new iPad.
Don't bring back the merch, Drew. You're already done. TKO. Ding ding.
He's just
It was an environmental decision more than anything.
Oh.
yeah.
Just keep tweeting your hate spewed bigotry instead, and you'll get a couple of bucks thrown your way.
I will.
That's smart.
Thank you.
You did. You're like, yeah. I am. I'm gonna rage bait the heck out of all these little Android.
I like how everyone got so accusatory with my tweet on EV saying you're trying to make money on Twitter, and I'm like, this is not even a
wrong
monetized
account, my friend.
This isn't even gonna get me to make enough money to compensate for the accident.
No, not even close. If I would have tweeted that from the tech account, that would have been smart. I should have, honestly. Could have
do it
made
again.
$4.
Just tweet it again.
Think about how
Okay.
you felt that day and get mad. Be like, you guys suck, and I'm going. Yeah.
My family's never gonna buy a Tesla ever again.
Just say, yeah. My takeaway from all the reading those comments, like, I'm so done. Get over yourself, you whiny babe. Like, dang, these guys are coming at you hard. Like, I'm over here, like, you're literally trying to find a flaw in how he's presenting it instead of just listening to the information for what it is. And that was making me mad. I was over here like, I'm gonna sit, and I paused. I'm like, what would Mike WWMD? I was like, oh, Mike wouldn't do this. He would delete his account. I'm just gonna put my phone down.
What would Model Y Mike do?
WWMYM.
YM
I look
Why-
forward to the day we can call him R2 Mike.
or D2 Mike.
Stop it. Stop.
I
it.
just go cybernetic at the end. I get the Neuralink implant, and there we go. You've lost me entirely.
I feel like Mike is sailing off into the sunset or something.
Should I
with
just buy a
leaving all the
sailboat, guys?
social media. No, that'd be the second
Then
best
you'll never
day
come and
of
visit me.
ownership.
I'm sure there's some river that goes to Colorado.
Colorado doesn't have water. Come on.
I just put at the top of the Rockies and then sail it down from there.
You're gonna be salmon
Just
upstream the whole time, just going up the mountain.
Back it up.
Wait,
Back it
I
up.
took so many pictures on the camping trip, and I'll just end with this: that the iPhone has an amazing camera.
Agreed.
Doesn't need to be said, but man,
This is
just
news
like
to me.
The shots we
Ooh.
got are amazing.
Those are
Like-
people in circles around a campfire.
True.
All our friends.
To bring it back to tech related things, that phone you're holding in your hand right now, are you I saw you post your battery degradation, you poor dumb boy, you. But
Did you guys post the same thing? I'm pretty sure you both said, "Oh no, I'm at 80%."
How would you know,
Like
Mike?
that, or 99.
yeah,
It was 99.
Mike.
Because I'm at like 86% battery health.
So
No, you wouldn't know because you're not on Twitter because you're
I too
Smarter.
am at 94.
94. Wow.
That dropped like a brick. 97.
I'm at
How many cycles?
227.
284. What's happening?
The phone's even worse than we thought, guys. Randy really needs to buy a pro phone now.
So the phone that you
Probably.
have, Drew, are you happy? Do you feel yourself, regardless of whatever they say for the iPhone 16 Pro? I know we've talked about excluding size because we've talked about the size thing to death, but just how you feel right now with that phone. You feel like that's got at least another lap around the sun with you?
Oh yeah, it's got several laps. I'm sure. That's what I was just getting at, was that the camera on the camping trip was just perfect. Like, it was so easy to take pictures. The lighting came out great. It's an amazing. I honestly bought it more as a camera than anything because
Right.
of the Type-C, which mainly relates to camera stuff. And I was thinking about getting a 16 Pro, but the Tesla repair costs kind of squashed that dream because it was $1,200 I was not expecting to spend. So there goes that money.
What's in the
now
16
the
Pro
next-
that caught your eye? I don't even
What?
know. I was tracking the 17 Pro. I don't even know what the 16 is promising or alluding to.
Capture button.
Oh.
Who knows? They always surprise us. I'm not saying any long-term promises because those never work out the way.
No,
we
yeah.
think.
I'm thinking like I
In
don't
this
even know what the
moment,
16 is
I'm
supposed to
very
have.
likely to be holding on to this for the foreseeable future. But
Heck yeah.
if I were to buy anything, I'd probably be buying a more professional camera just for the Telo stuff. But for my personal stuff, for Telosive, no, I don't need a new phone. I didn't need this phone. I felt weird buying this one after downgrading so many times. But yeah, the next debate we're having is what phone to get Louise, because she's ready for an upgrade. I'm not in need of one.
You
That's
better
for
get
sure.
that interview in.
The what?
The interview with her. Life with the iPhone 10. Don't you let her. She's need that.
She really does not want to.
I know.
Emphasize.
I know. Which is why I will watch it.
I'm looking right now at what she wants. It's probably going to be something like this. Look at that. eBay refurbished iPhone 12, 251.
It's cheaper than what the SC4 would be, huh?
She wouldn't like it though because of the 64 gigs. She has 256 gigs right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you're thinking iPhone 12.
Either 12 or 13, never 14. 14 will always be wrong and forever wrong.
Yeah.
But her budget was $300. I really tried to persuade her, like, let's get USB-C at least so that we can have port symmetry, but she doesn't care. She's like, I'll just charge it on MagSafe Duo anyway. What matters? What gives?
She's so smart.
I know.
She's so intuitive about this stuff.
I can't argue with her logic. It's too flawless. But boy, if I were to upgrade, it'd probably be to the regular 16, if I'm being honest. That looks clean.
It depends on what's actually going to come out.
That's it. That's what's coming.
But
I hate having a phone with this on the back, if I'm being honest. This is such a cliche. Everybody, you're boring everybody phone looking design. I don't know.
The camera sensor thing on the back, the camera
Yeah.
suite. You don't like that?
I don't like the 3 lenses. It's like you're like everybody else.
yeah.
Does everyone have a pro?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Didn't know. Sorry, I'm not on Twitter.
Do you see yourself maybe going towards the SE4?
It probably won't fall under the price that she's looking for, but
I meant for you.
maybe I could. For me, I don't think the SE4 would be better than the 15 Pro by any means.
Oh, so you're
Yes.
saying the iPhone 16 base model for her, not for you?
No, I was saying it for me. I'm saying
I'm so confused.
I'm saying I'm not upgrading, but if I were, that would be the one I'd probably be the most interested in because obviously with the expenses this year being higher than anticipated, the 16 is more digestible because I could probably sell my 15 Pro for like, I don't know, 800, 700 bucks. And that would come close to covering the cost of a iPhone 16 or so. I don't know. I'd give up promotion and maybe gain nothing. I don't know. what would the
Smaller
16
footprint,
have?
right?
I guess I could say I have the no, it'd probably be larger because of the bezels.
Mm.
So yeah, there's not a lot of reason to do it other than it would make for some good content, I guess, to say, okay, here's the new 16, blah 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 blah. But nah, it's probably better. I'm probably better off just keeping what I have.
I would say, I mean, I'll wait until September and see what's happening, but I have not ruled out going from a 15 to a 15 Pro.
You want my phone?
I'm not a fan of the white. Sorry.
Wow. Would you want something like blue or titanium?
Wow. If I was to do a refurbished or whatever 15 Pro, I was quite fond of the natural, but I like the dark. Dark is just it keeps the blemishes from showing. Space black or whatever. I know, but the white is just as cliche as the camera bump for me, and that's why I don't like anything white or space gray. I'm like, oh,
It has the best thermal performance because it's the most reflective.
Okay. First of all, I'm in a house, Drew.
Does that guy look like he goes outside?
I
Look at
don't
my
either.
skin.
But
I'm paler than. Actually, I'm not that pale, but
you should
face
say you
is
have insulation.
I do. So at the end of the day, and I've already acknowledged my aggravation, but I'm just too far into I won't leave the ecosystem, and there's nothing better than iPhone. I don't.
That's not up for debate.
I do not want to be software locked. That's it. And now the 15 is like I'm getting software locked.
You're always going to get software locked, Randy. It's just
yes, but the difference is I would actually utilize a quicker search function. I would treat the new Siri UI as a more convenient search function instead of opening up Safari and then hitting a new tab.
It might be quick, but will be useful.
Yes, I would use it.
There's a way to type to Siri.
Well, it's more of, I guess what I'm alluding to is it going to give you actual helpful results? Or is it just going to be compliment is actually what you're trying to say, not complement?
Time will tell. I mean, nobody can test this feature right now.
Type it to Siri is already a thing.
Turn it on. Show me what it does. I don't even know.
When you press and hold the side button, Siri will allow you to type your requests rather than speaking them. This is an accessibility.
Does it give you the information of whatever you search right there on the spot?
So you'll hold the side button.
Boom.
There you go.
What do you want to ask?
Do iPhone 16 Pro rumors, and I want to see photos.
M1 iPads in my area.
Or say what does the iPhone 16 Pro? What will the iPhone 16 Pro rumors look like?
Dear God, what will the iPhone
just
16 Pro rumors look like?
I reword that, Drew. In a way, I wanted to see will it bring up photos of the rumors.
I'm using all 8 gigs of RAM up here to understand this.
Yeah.
Okay. What will the rumored iPhone? That's fine. Just do that. Yeah, that's great.
Here's what I found.
And it's just some links.
No. So then that won't work.
It's just
what
links.
Is Apple
That's
Intelligence going to do differently?
Apple Intelligence will give you the answers.
That's actually really cool. I'm leaving that on now. Every time I
kind of want that now.
You can do it. Everybody has that.
Well, I can't do it right now. My camera's the phone.
Plants
sucks to suck, Mike.
That don't need water.
Is it voiceover? Where'd you find this at?
Your TVs can't do that.
Where did you find this at?
Well, it went away. Gaslight. Hold on. It says what plants don't need watering. Oh, now it changed. Cacti, succulents, and spider plants. See? Just type.
Okay, where's the setting? Where's it at?
Oh,
A
sorry.
minute.
You go to settings app, you go to accessibility, then you
Yep.
scroll to the bottom where it says Cyrus, and then it's the first toggle at the top.
Here's the
Boom.
guide for you visual people. I can even zoom a little bit there.
Insanity.
Turn
I know,
on
right?
my flashlight.
Oh.
Because that's way because that's way easier than just toggling it.
I mentally think so. I would rather type that. I'm typing
Type
in
this
take
too.
a selfie.
Must be nice being able to type on your phone.
How old am I?
It worked. It opened the camera.
Don't you have a button that opens the camera?
Oh, and that's how old I
Shut
am.
up.
You now unlocked a fourth way, Drew, to open the camera.
There's 4 different ways.
Tell me a joke.
It just
A
is
friend once
no.
told me when one door closes, another one opens. Great guy. Terrible cabinet maker.
There's too many lines in that joke. It's got to be shorter than.
Wow.
Well, anyways, any final thoughts, y'all?
Tell me another joke. What do you call
Randy's discovery.
what do you call paddling in a dried out river?
Colorado canoeing.
It's not dry like that. Extreming, like former extreming paddleboard. Never mind. The
I
joke
still
went
don't
away.
get
It
it.
went away. I couldn't finish reading it. Yep, I'm getting an iPhone 15 Pro or
What the
16.
hell
This
is even
sucks.
that?
Yep. Okay, talk me out of it again. Let's just let the audience turn on you again. Get them out.
Grateful iPhones are cheap, man. What?
What did you say was cheap?
iPhones. You know, I think about getting a new car. It's like, oh man, we got to delay some life plans. Getting a new phone is like, okay, whatever.
If I
That's
saw
just
my
a-
iPad.
That's the cost of a pothole.
And he would know. He's done it I guess 2 times.
Let's go to backup here. If I sell my iPad and this phone and
You
my
gotta
2
sell
other
the
iPhones.
iPad that you're reviewing,
No, my 2018 iPad.
and then try to return it with your 2018 one.
Yo,
Stop giving him ideas.
that's
Stop.
messed
Stop.
up.
I didn't
gonna work,
say
Mike.
I would do it.
It's logged. The serial number's logged. They're gonna.
You take the sticker off the back.
I
put
said
it
the
on
serial number's logged.
Just hack into the iPad, change the serial number.
You report a complaint. You spill water all over the 2018 iPad. You say it won't turn back on. Then you return it.
Or I'll just get in contact with the seller. Like, you sold me the wrong iPad. I got a 2018 iPad. I want my.
These are all
$100.
just so the audience knows, just so everyone's aware. These are all great ideas.
Oh my
These
god!
are fantastic.
Not even
Mike
close.
Mike's going, looking at our
How do I
PR
leave
team,
this thing?
shaking his head. Here we
How
go.
do we? Oh, dang!
Dang it! I was gone for.
Oh, wait, you can remove yourself.
I don't like him sitting next to me. Thank you. Perfect.
That was
Social
weird.
distancing. That was weird. Can you remove yourself?
Yes.
I guess it's just me now. Well,
What? How did I
thank
come
you
back?
all
I
for
didn't press
listening.
button.
There's
I
no
can press
leaving.
it. I appreciate you all for tuning in.
It's
and I
musical
hope you
chairs.
all have an excellent rest of your day. Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.